Hello, I'm here to share with you a few reflections about the importance of time and the work that we as intergenerational practitioners do. If you think about it, any way we understand the concept generation is going to be always time-bound. What do I mean by that? For instance, the typical and basic concept of generation talks about a group of people who were born in a similar number of years, or a cohort of people who share basically the coincidence in their birth dates. And in these cases, it is obvious that generation is linked to time. But if we think it from a different perspective, and we consider a generation, let's say a group of workers who have reached a certain status at the same time, so that they are making their trajectory in the organization coincidentally, again, time is behind. My main question is, how do we intergenerational practitioners incorporate the time factor into the kind of work that we do? And I believe that that is a key question, because the factor of time and the way we approach time might be something that differentiates intergenerational practitioners from other type of social intervention. Think of time. I invite you to think about the ways you understand time. There is chronological time, and of course the easiest example is how old are we? Age says something about every human being, but just something. Think about social time in the sense of expectations about how time should have a say in people's life, and about how time needs to be interpreted from a social point of view. There is as well psychological time, a kind of subjective interpretation of how we live time. There is time measured against time as an experience, as something that we interpret, something mostly subjective, as when we say, okay, the last hour has passed just like in a second. There is normative time. We live in societies in which we have to follow, or we are expected to follow time rules. So to wrap up, think of your own work, think of the importance of time in your own life and trajectory, and approach intergenerational work as the combination of different timelines. I mean, trajectories in time and ways to understand time by different people linked to different generations. That is something that we should pursue as intergenerational practitioners, and this is something that I hope you can think more in depth throughout this course.